Hello and happy Wednesday. I hope today finds you doing well and knowing and experiencing and sharing God's love. Our verse for today is from the letter of 1 John chapter 4. It's a verse that I hope will bring you great encouragement. It is a very encouraging verse when we take time to look at it. 1 John chapter 4 verse 4 says, "Little children, you are from God." We could just stop right there and say, wow, you are from God. You belong to Him. What a great thought. Let's go back to the verse. "Little children, you are from God and have overcome them, for he who is in you is greater than he who is in the world." Little children, you are from God and have overcome them. Who is them? What's it talking about here? Well, to find that out, we've got to go back up to the beginning of 1 John chapter 4. 1 John chapter 4 verse 1 says, "Beloved, do not believe every spirit, but test the spirits to see whether they are from God. For many false prophets have gone out into the world." I think that's what the "them" is referring to when it says you have overcome them. It's talking about all these false prophets that have come into the world already. How do we know if something is a false prophet? Verse 3 tells us that every spirit that does not confess Jesus is not from God. This is the spirit of the Antichrist, whom you have heard was coming and is now in the world already. Friends, there are false prophets and false ideas and things that are opposed to Christ all around us. We see it everywhere we turn. And we see violence, we see selfishness, we see just any sort of evil. It is all around us. We are surrounded by the spirit of the world, evil. Don't let people tell you that evil doesn't exist. If you have your eyes open, you know it. The Bible talks way too much about the enemy for us to buy into the lie that there is no enemy, that there is no such thing as evil. There is, friends. There is. And if we were going to stop there, that would make us very depressed. But go back and remember what we've already read. Little children, you are from God and have overcome them. You have already overcome false prophets that have come into the world. I hope that's true in your life. If not, take some stock today and go back and look and see, what kind of things am I believing that are opposed to Christ? What kind of things are the world teaching that I have bought into that are not Christ-like at all, but are opposed to Him? Boy, we see it everywhere. Let's make sure that we don't see it in us. The part of this verse that is so encouraging is the last part. "For he who is in you is greater than he who is in the world." We've already talked about he who is in the world. We know who that is. That's evil. That's Satan. That's Satan's followers. That's our flesh. All of these things are of the world, and we are surrounded by them. That's who is in the world. Who is in us? God. God is in us through the person of the Holy Spirit. Isn't that great to know? That we are surrounded by enemies all around us. Evil is everywhere. But God's Spirit is in us. So when we're engaged in a battle against evil, whether it's evil outside of us or the evil that is so strong and stubborn within us, we don't have to wait for the cavalry to come. You know, in the old Westerns where the settlers are looking for the cavalry to come, they're waiting for them to come and rescue them. We don't have to wait for the cavalry to come because of what's already happened on Calvary. Indeed, God's Spirit is already inside of us. He promised to come and to fill us and to be with us always. And He's never going to leave us. So the cavalry's already here. We already have His presence within us. And friends, His presence is greater than the presence of evil. Hold on to that thought today. Whatever kind of evil you're facing, whether it's evil outside of you, whether it's evil within you, whether it's depression or sadness or pain or loneliness or grief, or whether it's evil, the forces of evil that are actively, that are actively opposing you and coming to harm you. He who is in you, the Spirit, is greater than he who is in the world, what's around you. Hold on to that today. The cavalry's here. He is with you. He is greater than everything that you're facing today. He's already given you victory. Now, sometimes God gives us victory from the battle, where the battle is removed from us and we don't have to fight it. But oftentimes, God gives us victory through the battle. The battles will still come. We may still face battles against evil every single day of our lives, but his promise still exists that he who is in us, the Spirit of God, is greater than he who is in the world. Hold on to that today. If you're fighting something very real today, know that he is with you. He is in you, and he is greater than whatever you're facing. Hold on to that today. Know his presence, trust his Spirit, and share his love with someone today. Have a great day.